for us all who are viewing this beautiful program today. And today basically we want to look at us to talk about some beautiful and interesting topic, and what we will call boy child versus girl child empowerment. There has been a lot of communications, a lot of emphasis, a lot of effort put in place over the years to ensure that the girl child is empowered, that the girl child also stands out somewhere in our society, in our community, in the things that happen. Today I want us to look, and I want us to evaluate for ourselves which one carries more weight. I don't say it's bad to empower the girl child, neither do I say it's also bad to empower the boy child. Only that I'm saying, when we don't balance the boat, something is bound to happen, which is either, should I say, good or bad, but I want to say actually bad. There are a lot of things that is true. There are a lot of things that are happening to the girl child world. A lot of things are affecting the girl child. But what are the causes of these things that continue to affect the girl child negatively? And what are, or who are the people causing this harm on the lives of these girls? Today, basically, I want us to know that trying to empower the girl child apart from the boy child, or trying to separately empower the girl child and neglecting the boy child, is like pouring water. It's like pouring water it's like flowing water from the tap into a broken basin or a broken bucket. Such buckets, however much you flow, however much you open the tap, however much you try to fetch water in them, that bucket will never get full. Because the water you try to fill in that bucket continues to flow out always. Girls are being raped. Girls are being defiled. And the people who are defiling these girls are not girls. Neither are the women. There is domestic violence. Women are being tortured, beaten. There is violence against children. And this violence is being caused by both men and women. Even men are suffering domestic violence. There is emotional violence, which is something that is affecting a lot of men in the society. And most times these things are not spoken of. They are not talked of. Which leaves us at a point of confusion. You see, when we focus on the boy child and neglect the girl child, we are literally doing nothing. Likewise, if we focus on the girl child and neglect the boy child, we are also doing nothing. We are, to a certain extent, wasting time. If God wanted the men to live alone in society, He wouldn't have created the female part of humanity. And because He saw it good that the two people should live together on the same planet, under the same universe that he created, in the same universe that he created, he thought it wise enough to make both male and female. Even the Bible records and says, in the image of God he created him, male and female. Not male, not female alone. So that should tell us that the society we are living in a society mixed up with both sexes, that is male and female. We should make us know that for us to live in a society better and effectively, we have to empower both sides. We need to balance the boat. That is why today I really want us to talk about this topic. And empowering the girl child is as important as empowering the boy child. And yet, to a certain extent, one may seem more important than the other. Do you know that empowering and focusing more of the boy child may be of more advantage to society than dealing with the girl child? What I'm trying to say is this: putting much emphasis. We have seen projects over projects. Organizations have come out in the name of girl child empowerment. But the boy child is being left out. So we ask ourselves, the girls you're raising up, are they being raised? The girls that societies are raising up, are they being raised to marry themselves? Or they are being raised to get married to the boy child who is being neglected? If I am going to be the head of the family, if I am going to be the husband of someone who has been nurtured, who has been mentored, who has been trained, and I am not trained, what kind of husband will I make? What kind of boyfriend will I make? Societies are made up of two people, two human sexes, male and female. What is happening with the girl child or in the feminine part of humanity is caused by the fact that the men have not been trained, have not been groomed, have not been parented well enough to handle their opposite partners or counterparts. If we take the time to train the boys on how to handle the girls, you will cease to hear of things to do with rape, things to do with defilement. Because we have trained these young boys, we have trained these young men to handle the ladies as their weaker sex. That is what the Bible says, and that's what the Bible calls it. That handle your... This is the Holy Spirit speaking to the church, and he's saying, especially to the married, handle your wife with consideration, putting in mind that they are the weaker sex. Treat them like you would treat your own self. The golden rule. Do unto others what you expect them to do unto you. If I pinch you, you will feel the pain. Likewise, if I pinch myself, I feel the pain. So if I feel the pain today, I will not want to pinch myself tomorrow. Or I wouldn't want someone else to feel the pain that I felt. That is the golden rule. Do unto others what you expect them to do unto you. But because we are not being trained in that manner, the world actually thinks that girl child empowerment will be the reason why the problems that the women and girls are facing in our societies will come to an end. We have heard of things to do with teenage pregnancy over the years, and we have echoed this on this program almost on a daily basis. It has become like a song. And sometimes it's not that these little ones desire to be mothers at such tender ages or at very early stages in life. But because some of them do not even know what it means, what the consequences of coming together with man in sexual union, because they don't know the outcome. They have not been trained. Sometimes they fall victims to these things. And unfortunately, our dear beloved parents are so fast, so quick to judge, to condemn, to pass on, pour out insults upon the lives of these innocent ones, these innocent children, these humble beings. To a certain extent, if you are one who has been so keen about young lives, you realize that actually most of these girls, most of these people, most of these young boys are ignorant. They are so ignorant about the outcome of their actions. That is why we need to create a platform where both male and female are put on a round table and they are educated and trained. It will be very absurd in a family. They say there is this slogan. There is this slogan. To my own opinion, this is my opinion. I feel it is demonic, innocent opinion. That when you educate the girl child, you have educated a nation. Aren't we promoting discrimination? Aren't we saying that the other one is greater than the other? Can a woman survive in a society without a man? Can a man survive in a society without a woman? Imagine in the world if we were only male in this life. Just imagine how the world will look like. Just imagine how our societies will look like. Likewise, think of it if the societies we live in today was only composed of women. Are you trying to see what I'm seeing? That makes it very hard. That makes it very impossible. That makes it a society not actually worth living in. So we need to come to the awareness that the issues that our mothers and our sisters are going through, our girlfriends are going through, is a joint effort of the two sides. As men, we have contributed, and as women, you have contributed to the problems that you go through. As men, we have contributed to the problems that we have gone through. There is this man called Jesus. To a certain degree, I think he knew the value. He knew why he needed to raise 12 men in the land of Israel. And his 12 men does not mean that there were no women involved in his time of ministry, in his time on earth. You would hear names like Mary and the sister. Those are some women in the league of Jesus. There was a Samaritan woman whom he met at the well. This woman joined the league of Christ. But the officially known people were the 12 men. And up to tomorrow they are being referred to as the original disciples of Christ. From whom everyone, including you and me, who claims Christianity to be their identity, came from. So it is not true that when you educate a woman, you have educated a nation. It is not true. I think some of these things are coming from the so-called superior powers, the sovereign powers, the sovereign states, who have taken over who have taken advantage of our, I want to call it ignorance. That they can say, we are going to give this amount of money in exchange of you doing this and that. And by us ignorantly accepting such offers, we are destroying our societies. Because a young man who is left unattended to grows up to be a very either useless or violent man. And this man who is growing up into uselessness, tomorrow is going to be the empowered girl's husband. Imagine such a husband. Imagine the educated woman getting married to such a man. He is educated, yes. He has graduated. He has his qualifications from whatever university he has gone to. But the truth of the matter is this man going to make a very good husband? Is he going to make a very good father? Have you taken the time to groom him? Have you taken time to nurture him? Or you paid more attention to the other party and neglected this party? What is happening to our sisters is that men are not being trained enough on how to handle them. We are not prepared enough on how to deal with these people. We don't know what they feel when they're in a certain situation. We do not know the pain they go through when we treat them a certain way. It's like stepping on buttons. When you press a certain button, you know something is bound to happen, either good or bad. And if it is bad, you don't press it. And if it is good, you press it. If you want hot water from let me say a fridge, you will not go to the fridge that is not working. I mean, if you want hot water from a fridge, you will not go to a fridge that is cooling. You will actually go to a dead fridge. Okay? That will be able, actually literally, there are some fridges when they die. And when you keep hot things in them, and they will keep that thing hot or warm. But if you go to a fridge that is functioning and you want cold water, if you want hot water, you will not find it. Because a fridge is designed to make things cool. To cool things. So when we are trained to know that there is a moment when we treat our counterparts this way, this and this will happen. Likewise, they should also be taught that they should treat the boys in a certain way. But empowering one side and leaving the other side, as if in the society we are living independent from each other, it's very wrong. It's a very wrong idea. From wherever this idea is coming from, I do not know, but I think our societies need to ban this out. There are a lot of projects coming up. There are a lot of projects that have been established. Even here in Uganda, there are projects under the government that is designed to empower the girl child. But there can be hardly no projects saying let's empower the two parties. I don't support also the boy child empowerment apart from the girl child. When you empower the boy child, what are you doing? You're killing the girl child. When you empower the girl child, you're killing the boy child. Now, before this entire movement came into existence, there was more empowerment of the boy child than the girl child, where the girl child were looked in a certain way as people who were below standard, if I may say. Right now, we are doing the opposite, and we think we are doing something good. The best movement we can come up with right now is the empowerment of both boys and girls. We need to create a platform that empowers both boys and girls, and not the girl alone and the boy alone. Because both of these people will need each other tomorrow. A boy who is being prepared to be a husband is going to be trained on how to deal with his wife. A boy who is going to become a father tomorrow is supposed to be trained on how he's supposed to deal with his daughter, with his son. A girl who is going to become a mother tomorrow is supposed to be trained on how to deal with his children. Her daughter and her son. We need to train these people. A girl is supposed to be trained on how to deal with the husband tomorrow. Put into consideration that we are two people in a society we are living in. In the first place, he said, this is God saying it is not good for man to be alone. Man was a lonely being. So he created these female counterparts that they may interact, they may talk, they may fellowship. He may have companion in the flesh like him, in the physical. And he got that nowhere else. He got the materials right within man. The material for the manufacturing of a woman came right within the structure of man, which makes woman part of man. And the way you handle a woman will entirely depend on how you think of yourself. The way a woman will handle a man will entirely depend on how she thinks of herself. So both girl child and boy child empowerment is as important as both of them. No one or nothing is greater than the other, or nothing is. Today they will say, even we have seen this in jobs, that when there are job opportunities, actually they will say, if you are a woman, okay, they say ladies are encouraged to apply. You are driving the boy child into a world of isolation. You are promoting the highest degree of segregation. You see, in a family where there is an exercise of favorism, we tend sometimes to hate the kids that are most loved. and we begin to look at ourselves as useless, we develop low self-esteem because we think the other one is more important than the other. Because I think my sister is more important than me, then I'm useless to be in this family. I will find my way out. I'm going to find my way on the streets. I'm going to find my way into drugs. I'm going to find something that will give me value. Something that will make me feel loved. Something that will make me feel important. And by so doing, I am creating a negative mindset on the feminine energy. So the more you continue to empower the girl child, apart from the boy child, you are causing more harm than you may think you're causing good. You are going to continuously see the sexual harassment in the different institutions of learning. You are going to continue to hear of domestic violence, rape. There is this marital rape. It's continuing to happen. Because we look at ourselves as useless beings who were not supposed to be in existence in the first place. So, we should not destroy our societies when we are seeing. We should not destroy our societies when it is a broad daylight. We are still sober. We can see these things. Let's not do things out of desperation. Desperation is the number one enemy of development. Because when you're desperate to do something, you cannot think straight. You cannot think of the outcome of what you're about to do. Because you just want to achieve something in the shortest time possible. And that is very dangerous. So let's empower both the boy and the girl child. And it's the only way we can bridge the gap. It's the only way we can, because right now there's a lot of demonstration about racism in this, in the Western world, America and the rest, right from the death of George Floyd. But as we are fighting for Black Lives Matter, we are forgetting that we are also building, the best things we can do right now is to say all lives matter. Whether black or white, we all matter. We all human beings. So if again we say, because before it was white life matters, they feel they are in control, they are supreme, they are superior, they are sovereign, and the black lives have been treated like they are inferior. So if you come and say Black Lives Matter, you are again promoting, for the next generation, you are promoting that the black men and women should gain supremacy over the white man. You are doing actually nothing. You are just promoting, you are transferring one problem to the other. But the best thing we can do is come to a point and say, all lives matter. And that will settle it. Let's move and preach the gospel of unity, beyond race, beyond color, beyond nationality. We are Africans. We are Africans who are struggling and battling within our system, within our society as Africans. There is issues to do with discrimination just within Africans. Even as we move beyond, you find nations like Uganda are struggling with discrimination, tribalism, nepotism. There is discrimination. And you are coming with another strategy openly before every man and woman and say, let's empower the girl child. That is another sign of discrimination. We are discriminating. We are causing division. You are raising a culture. You will see another apartheid here in Uganda. This is now between black and white, boy and girl, fighting. The other one thinking is more superior than the other. Before, men thought they were more superior than women, and women went through a lot of torture, a lot of torment. Now you're raising you're raising women who are going to take up positions in the later years. And these women are going to reign and feel like they are more supreme over their husbands, over their boyfriends, over their brothers. And families are going to break because the initial system of submission will die, will cease to exist. Love your wives as you love yourself will die. That culture will die. I really want to research and find out where all this demonic idea is coming from. Because Africans, if you're not careful, we are going to remain in the stage that we are for years to come. We need to wake up. We need to rise up and look at things critically. Not that whatever idea that comes from the Western world is okay. No, it's not. We need to train ourselves to think beyond and outside the box. Let's train our children. Let's train our boys. Let's train our girls to value each other. Let's train the whites. Let's train the blacks to ensure that we are all equal human beings. It is not right to revenge. The time is now to make peace. Let's make peace and train our children the right way. Otherwise, I have not so much to say. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. And as we come to a conclusion of this, by the way, today is the 30th of July. Tomorrow is the 31st, and tomorrow is our last day of July. The year has ended. Do you think this has been a dead year to you? Or you have been able to achieve something? They always say, even in the baddest or the toughest or the roughest, in something bad, I know baddest doesn't exist, but in something bad, there's always good in it. And I hope out of all this confusion of corona, that there is a lesson you have taken home. And that is very important. Otherwise, thank you so much, and see you in the next round of the light. Have a blessed day. God bless.